Hey everybody, I'm Danny from the Nintendo Power Couple, and this is my About Me. So my first video game experience had to be playing Mario for the NES. I was practically a gamer since I was born, and I've played Nintendo my whole life. If my parents couldn't find me in the house, chances are I was inside my room playing Nintendo. My parents grew up with the Atari and ColecoVision, and they played games themselves, and they would play pinball, and we'd go to the arcade together. So when I was born, they bought me a Nintendo Entertainment System, and that was just the beginning of an obsession that is still happening today. My favorite video game of all time, there are so many to choose from, but if I could pick one that probably means the most to me, it would have to be Super Mario Bros. 3 for the NES. I mean, I'm still celebrating it today. I got Mario Bros. 3 on my birthday the year it was released. I remember tearing the wrapping paper away on the box and seeing the yellow cover with Mario flying across it. It was so much fun. I mean, I love the power-ups in the game, being able to fly with the Tanuki suit, and I remember playing through the different worlds. There was the giant world and the cloud world and ice and desert. It was a huge leap forward from the original Mario for the NES, and I spent countless summers playing through that game. Even today, I still have it on the Virtual Console, and I still play through it and still enjoy it just as I did back when I was a little kid. Some of my fondest memories playing video games had to be with my little brother growing up. Video games were a great bonding experience for the two of us. Or if you ask my parents, they tell you no it wasn't. Most of the time we did get along playing video games, but there were times, mostly with Mario Kart for the Super Nintendo, where we would fight constantly. As the big brother, I always wanted to be in first place, and his job, his little brother, was to protect me with shells and make sure that I didn't lose first place. And if I did lose first place and he passed me, we'd end up fighting. Those are probably some of the fondest memories I have with him. And my parents are lucky that when we were growing up, there weren't, those friendship-ruining games like Mario Party. If they only knew how the fights could have been. One weird fact about me is that I actually learned how to swim thanks to Mario 64. One summer I was playing Mario 64 and I was watching how he swam underwater, and then when my parents took us to the Delaware River to swim, I went underwater, replicated what I saw in the game, and voila, I was swimming like Mario. So thank you, Mario, for teaching me how to swim. Another weird fact about me is that I can only play Super Nintendo games and the original NES games with the controller upside down. I must have learned how to do this as a child, and to this day I cannot play those games right side up. If I have to play a Super Nintendo game or a Nintendo game, upside down controller, where left is right, up is down, nothing makes sense, but it's completely natural to me, and it's the only way I know how to play those consoles, so. The last weird fact I can tell you is that when I was almost 4 years old, my parents were really cool and took me to the Nintendo Power Fest. It was located in the Meadowlands Arena in New Jersey, and it was also the qualifier for the Nintendo World Championships. And although I would have loved to compete so bad, the staff deemed I was too young to participate, so I never had my shot at one of those cool Nintendo World Championship cartridges. But my parents did keep everything from the event, so I do have the original ticket stubs and the posters from the event, and the comics I have from the event as well. So even though I didn't get a chance to participate, I am very grateful for my parents for taking me there, and I had a complete blast. Having a spouse who loves video games as much as I do is awesome. When Feely and I met in college, before we started dating, we would play Mario Kart all the time together, and then we would play Mario Party 8, I think it was, all the time together. And that's how we bonded before we started dating. And now that we're married, we play Nintendo games constantly. I mean, it's a great way for us to catch up on each other's days at work and talk about ideas. And it's that same love for Nintendo games that was even the basis for creating this very show. So having a spouse who loves video games as much as I do, awesome, unbelievably awesome. One of the main reasons Feely and I started the Nintendo Power Couple was really based on our love for Nintendo. As you can see through this, I've grown up playing Nintendo games my whole life, and I still have all the Nintendo memorabilia from when I was a child, and I still continue to collect Nintendo toys and games now. It's just the Nintendo Power Couple is a great way to showcase all this love and excitement for Nintendo with the rest of the fans of the great community. Okay, so now that you know a little bit more about me, make sure you sound off in the comments below and tell us a little bit about yourself. What your favorite Nintendo game is, and what is your fondest memory of Nintendo. Make sure you also subscribe to the Nintendo Power Couple channel. We will be updating with more episodes soon. And also check out Felia's About Me so you can learn a little bit more about the much prettier half of the Nintendo Power Couple. So until next time, thanks for watching.